Hello everyone. I wanted to make a video about this 2019 Honda crf230f dirt bike that I purchased 1 year ago and how I like it over the 1 year of ownership. So my backstory is I had a XR100R that was a 2003 model before this. Mind you, I bought it when I was like 18 and like 250 pounds. I was a big boy. And, I got it for basically free in like brand new condition from one of my friends that had got it when he was a little kid. And he never used it and just wanted to get rid of it basically. So I bought it and had it for about 7 years, 8 years. And then I've really been wanting a new bike that was, not a race bike, but a big full-size like trail bike. And I like the Hondas because of their longevity and just good quality. So anyways, I bought this bike in like late August of 2018. I bought it brand new, like right out of the shipping container. Like they had to take it out of the crate and fill it up with fluids before I even got there. That's how new it was. So when I got there and they started it, it was the very first time it had ever been started at their dealership out of the crate. And since then, I've been the only person to ever ride the bike, so I can give a good review on how I like it because I know it's only been how I've rode it. So, in 1 year, I have made quite a few small mods to the bike, mainly cosmetic, just because I wanted to add some color to the bike, which was red. And I've purchased around 20 mods or so for the bike. And the nice thing about these Honda 230s is they're cheap to mod out, like for blingy, like cosmetic stuff. For the 20 so mods that I put on the bike, I think I've really only spent like $400. It really wasn't that expensive. They're just like the bigger ticket items that kind of add up the money. So I've had no problems at all with this bike at all. The only thing that I didn't like out of the factory was the RPM that they set it from the factory is very high. They set it for like 1500 RPM from the factory, and it's just like just screaming. It's just like at idle. It's like it would overheat basically, like at idle. If you didn't drive it around and you set it there for like 10 minutes, it'd start it like starts sputtering because it was getting like so hot. It was like choking itself out. So I have turned the idle down to about 900 to 1000 RPM, and it's a lot more manageable at that RPM. It doesn't get nearly as hot. Power up mods that I've done to the bike, which I knew I was going to do right when I bought the bike, was on the carb I put a 120 main jet and what was the pilot jet? A 45 pilot jet. So I went up 18 sizes on the main and 3 sizes on the pilot to richen up the fueling because I've heard that they come fairly lean from the factory, which I did that because I took the snorkel out of the air box, which increases like doubles your airflow, and then you can also take the baffle out of the end of your exhaust pipe, which then gives you like, double the airflow out of your exhaust, so you're able to pull in like twice the air through the bike, so you need more fueling to compensate. So kind of the things you can see I've done that I'll show you is I sleeved all the spokes on the rims, front and rear, and I will say that is kind of a pain in the ass to do. It took me probably about 45 minutes per tire to cut the splines, or not the splines, the spoke sleeves and put them on. It was kind of a pain in the ass because like where they overlap each other, it's really tight with those thick spokes, and you gotta like trying to bend them apart a little bit to get the sleeves over top of it. And then after that I put on little rim lock caps, valve stem caps. I put on brake shifter from Tusk, foot pegs, I put on a red oil dipstick. Then I put on the chain tensioner wheels on the back. Let's see, what else have I done to the bike? Aluminum Tusk gas cap. Really nice Tusk D-Flex Pro. Whatever those are called. Fender. The things that make you don't hit your hands. Stuff doesn't hit your hands. I don't remember what they're called. Bark busters. Then I put on oil reservoir cap for bling. And this was one of the big things I did was change out the grips. From the factory, they come with a black, like, half waffle grip. And I don't know if it was just they had a bad day, but when I got the bike, it was like the waffle was like back here, but the other one, the waffle was like 50% farther back on that side, and it just drove me nuts. And I didn't like the way that it felt either. So these are Motion Pro pillow top grips, very nice and comfy. And all you got to do to mount them with these bark busters is just cut off the end of your throttle tube and cut open the end of the grip, and it still works just fine. It's nice and tight. It's got just a tiny bit of play in there, but yeah, worked good. And then one of the first things I did was put on an hour meter. So in just over a year of owning the bike, I have put on a little over 90 hours. It's actually about 92 hours because I owned the bike for about 3 days before I got it. And I rode it quite a bit, as you can imagine. Oh, another thing was I put on bar risers. These are, I think, 30 mil, so they're 1.125" bar risers. Which that helps out quite a bit because they're pretty low, the bars from the factory, which those are still factory bars. Probably one of the nicest things I did with the intake and the exhaust was doing the jetting in the carb. I would definitely recommend doing the 120 and 45 jet. And then taking the baffle out. As you can see, it's just straight shot right down the exhaust. What else? This side I got a couple more little blingy things I done. I got a new chain guide, which is pretty cool. I like that. It was like $20. And then I got a aluminum rear drive sprocket that's a 52 tooth, which gives me a little bit better acceleration, which I like. And then I also changed the chain out because I more or less cosmetic, and it was a Black Friday deal. I got a what is it? I think it's whoever the Rocky Mountain sells a lot of their I think it might say on there actually. Primary drive. That's what it is. It's a primary drive motocross chain. So it's a really high strength chain. It's gold. It looks cool. That's basically why I bought it. It comes with a sealed chain. This is a non-sealed chain. Well, I oil my chains like every 5 hours, so I haven't had any problems with it. And then I did engine plugs, top and bottom. And then that was just kind of I thought it looked cool. I don't know. I still kind of not on the fence if I like it or not, but I still kind of like it. That's the starter motor reduction gear cover. And then new Tusk shifter. I did change the front sprocket to like a 13 tooth, and then I put the 14 tooth back on because it slowed the bike down a little too much. It was super fast acceleration, but with this kind of the 6-speed transmission that's on this bike, it shifts a little too quick with that gear ratio, and you were shifting like bop, 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 and you'd be like maxed out at like 50 miles an hour, and you were like just revving it like crazy at 50. With this combo, I can go to like 55 miles an hour, and that's about it. So this bike will do about 55. And in 1 year of ownership, I gotta say, I really enjoy this bike. The only thing that I would say kind of annoyed me, not really with the bike, is 2 months after I bought it, they unveiled the 2019 Honda crf230f and discontinued this bike. So hopefully I can still get parts for a while for it. And if you're looking at a bike, it'll probably be able to get them cheaper now. I paid, well, what was it? It was $4,354 out the door, because the dealership I bought it from didn't have any kind of like fees or setup fees or anything like that. All they had was like a title fee and like doing a couple pages of paperwork, which was like, for the title and the paperwork was about $100, which I kind of think is a little ridiculous, but whatever. But they had marked it down from whatever, $4,400 down to like $39.99, and then after tax it was back up to their about same price as MSR. But it's been a great bike. I think from the factory it comes with 19 horsepower with the power up mods. I mean, you should easily gain probably about 2 horsepower. So you should be easily doing about 21, 22 horsepower. And it really pulls good. It's a pretty peppy bike. I mean, I've never had anything bigger, so I can't say it's like fast, but it's not slow. I mean, it goes 55 miles an hour, and you can get to that in like 10 seconds. So, yeah. Good bike. I haven't really had any problems at all with it. The only thing I kind of don't like right now is the front brake's a bit squeaky. Oh yeah, I also put a Ricochet skid plate on there. That's friggin' sweet. It like covers the whole bottom and everything, so that's really nice. But yeah, sorry for kind of the long drawn out video, but I just wanted to show you all the mods that you can do for, you know, pretty cheap. It's only like $300-400 for all the mods on the bike. Still looks good. I did drop it once in the winter when I was riding it. There's not much damage, but you can see a kind of little specks there where I kind of dropped it, and then yeah, you can't even see. There's this little rash right there, but yeah, if you guys are looking at getting a Honda crf230f, like a newer one, you know, I can honestly say it's a really nice bike. I am, with my boots on, I'm about 5'10" and 200 pounds, and it moves me just fine. So, thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions about any of the modifications that I have, like all the cosmetic stuff, or where you can buy it, for the most part, most of the mods are available at RockyMountainATV.mc.com. They're a good website. They have pretty good prices on all their stuff. I bought the jetting off of them for like $6 for both. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or just want to chat about your bike, just drop a comment. You know, you can like the video. It kind of shows me that I did good. I don't know how to edit, so that's why there's no edits in this. So anyways, this is my 1-year review on how I like my owning my Honda CRF230F. I'll see you guys. This is Steph Records. I'm out.